Hey guys, this is Russ with Cahaba Tunes, back with another video. After making my video yesterday on the best 1-2 punch albums from the 80s, I had a chance to think about my list and kind of sleep on it, and realized, hey, there's a lot more albums that I have in my collection that have great 1-2 punch songs on them. So after thinking about it and doing a little bit of research, I came up with 9 more albums to show you guys. So this is a part due, so to speak, and just wanted to show these to you. The 80s were just chock full of just amazing songs. So some of these will be some surprises, and then some of these will be kind of no-brainers, but just wanted to share these with you this morning. So I'm going to start off with the queen of pop, Madonna, and her album True Blue. Starting off, the album is Papa Don't Preach, a huge song for her. It hit number 1 on the Hot 100 chart, and then it was number 16 on the Adult Contemporary chart. And then followed by Open Your Heart, another great song of hers. It also hit 1 on the Hot 100 chart and was number 12 on the AC chart. So just an amazing album. I believe in all, she had 5 songs from this album go to number 1. I believe Live to Tell, which is the last song on side 1, it went to number 1 as well. True Blue, I believe, went to number 1, and La Isla Bonita. Then, of course, she also has Where's the Party? So really just an album top to bottom, chock full of hits, and this was just really in her heyday in the mid 80s. So classic album from a classic artist. So great way to start the list. Next up, I can't believe I left this off the list yesterday, but my wife was saying, hey, what about Huey Lewis? And I said, oh, yeah, you're right. Sports is basically a greatest hits of Huey Lewis, so to speak. Just another great album from the 80s. And this one starts off with Heart of Rock and Roll. It hit number 6 on the Hot 100 and was number 5 on the rock chart. And then it was followed by Heart and Soul. Great song. It hit number 8 on the Hot 100 and was number 1 on the rock chart. So, as we all know, just classic album. Also has Want a New Drug, Walking on a Thin Line, If This Is It. Just a great album. Just one kind of all-timer there. So, hate that Huey has kind of lost his ability to make more music and tour with his condition, but just hope him well, and just great classic songs that Huey Lewis and the News produced. All right, another one that was kind of a no-brainer that I didn't include in the list yesterday, but from my guy George Michael, of course, with his group Wham back in the early 80s. I love this classic cover here with the Miami Vice colors. But album opens up with Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, one of their classics. Was number 1 on the Hot 100 and was number 4 on the AC chart. And then followed up by Everything She Wants, one of my favorite songs of Wham. Was number 1 on the Hot 100 and was also number 4 on the Adult Contemporary chart. This album was all over the radio. Freedom, Careless Whisper, of course, to close it out, but just top to bottom, great album from a classic 80s band. All right, going to another classic artist, Prince. How could you not have an 80s list without this album, Purple Rain? Just a great album from him. Tough to see here with all the innate, intricate artwork, but starting off, the album is Let's Go Crazy, and that hit number 1 on the Hot 100 for him and was number 19 on the rock track. and then also followed by "Take Me With You," a great song. It hit number 25 on the top 40 charts. So great album, as we all know. Just when doves cry, I would die for you, and of course, one of the great ending songs on an album of all time, "Purple Rain." So awesome album. This is the Kevin Gray mastered version that was mastered at RTI. Sounds great, and glad to have it. Another one of my favorite groups in the 80s, Duran Duran, and their great album, Seven and the Ragged Tiger. Just a great album there. I think some people forget about Duran Duran sometimes. Album leads off with The Reflex, and that song hit number 1 on the Hot 100, and it was followed by New Moon on Monday, and that hit number 10 on the Hot 100. So great album. They also had on side B was Union of the Snake, which was a big hit for them as well. So great album. Love Duran Duran. Got to see them live back probably 10 years ago or so at a music festival down in Mobile, and they put on a great show, and just great musicians in that band. So, all right, a group that was on the first list that I made, and also has another album on this list, is The Police with Ghost in the Machine, another classic by The Police. And the album starts off with Spirits in the Material World. That hit number 11 on the Hot 100 and was number 7 on the rock chart. And then it was followed by Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, which is one of my favorite songs from The Police. And it hit number 3 on the Hot 100 and was number 1 on the rock chart. So great album. The whole side A is great. Invisible Sun is the third song. Hungry for You, Demolition Man, and just great album from The Police back in the early '80s there. So. Next album from one of my favorite artists, really of all time, and definitely of the '80s, is Sade, and this is her debut, which is Diamond Life, and this album starts off with the classic Smooth Operator, and it hit number 5 on the Hot 100 chart and was number 1 on the Adult Contemporary chart, and followed by Your Love Is King, would hit number 8 on the Adult Contemporary chart. So great album, probably her best. Hang On to Your Love is on here. Cherry Pie, Sally, just a great album, a great sounding album. Just has great vocals, great musicianship, is jazzy, and one of my favorites. All right, another band that I did not showcase in my first list, but can't forget about Journey, and one of the best voices of all time from Mr. Steve Perry. Some people forget about Frontiers, but Frontiers start off with Separate Ways, great track from them. It was number 3 on the Hot 100 chart, number 1 on the rock chart. That was followed by Send Her My Love, one of my favorite songs of Journey, and it was number 23 on the Hot 100, number 27 on the Adult Contemporary chart. But great album. After the Fall, Faithfully is also on here. Just a great album from Journey. And lastly, this is kind of an album, and I think an artist that sometimes gets overlooked, especially his solo kind of work, and especially during the '80s. But can't forget about Steve Winwood with the album "Roll With It." It was everywhere on the radio, back in the late 80s. But the album starts off with "Roll With It." It was number one on the Hot 100. It was number one on the Adult Contemporary chart and number one on the rock chart, and followed by the song "Holding On," and it hit number 11 on the Hot 100 and was also number one on the Adult Contemporary. So, just a great album. Also has don't you know what the night can do, and just a great album from Steve Winwood, who been around forever and is still kicking, and just a great voice, great musician. Is just an all-time great there. So just wanted to share those other albums with you that I thought definitely needed to be presented, because wow, all of those definitely had some great 1-2 punches just right out of the gate. So I hope you enjoyed the list. We'll start working on the one for the 70s next, and hopefully have that out in a week or so. But glad you could join me today. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button. Comment if there's something that I missed or something I should include next time. And hope to see you soon. Stay healthy. Take care.